Up next, a UFC featherweight division fight. All right, here he is, the decorated kickboxer, back for more here tonight, and he's so comfortable in the striking realm. It's almost like he started kickboxing before he ever was reading or writing.
Oh, it's unbelievable to see someone that's so comfortable under so much duress.
I know.
When you're in kickboxing range, you are in the fire. There is no safety. You're right in range to be getting knocked out, but he does not fear that. He loves it. He loves the combat. He loves the engagements. But what you have to understand is he's not engaging his opponents on their terms. He's doing it on his terms. Whether or not he wants to be in close with the big punches or he wants to be at range landing kicks, he's just constantly putting damage on you. Top, bottom, up, low, it does not matter. This guy is a dominant striker, one of the best kickboxers the UFC has ever seen.
And in terms of the punching technique and the jab, as good as anyone in this division. Well, this is exciting here, DC. The founder of Jeet Kun Do, one of the founding fathers, really, of mixed martial arts, Bruce Lee, is back in a big spot here tonight.
Bruce Lee is what every kid looked to when they thought about doing karate. Bruce Lee is the person that anyone looked at when they said, I want to be a fighter. It was the speed, it was the charisma, it was the approach of Bruce Lee that made him so special. And tonight, he's gonna look to show a new generation of fighters exactly how it's supposed to be done.
And if you hear the phrase, drillers make killers, right? I mean, that was Bruce Lee in a nutshell. He felt like practice would make perfect. Nobody trained as hard as the great Bruce Lee.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the evening. And when the action begins, our referee in charge, Dan Mergliata. This is the moment UFC fans around the world have been waiting for. It's time! 5 rounds in the UFC featherweight division. Introducing first, fighting out of the blue corner. This man is a kickboxer, making his professional debut here tonight. He stands 5 feet 10 inches tall, weighing in at 141 pounds. Big! And now introducing his opponent, fighting out of the red corner. This man is a mixed martial artist, making his professional debut here tonight. He stands 5 feet 7 inches tall, weighing in at 145 pounds. Fighting out of Los Angeles, California, USA, Bruce the Dragon Lee!
All right, commit to the rules in the locker room. I want you to obey my commands at all times, protect yourself at all times. I want a nice, clean, safe fight. Touch gloves, back your corners, come out fighting.
You ready? You ready?
All right, crowd getting excited as this fight gets underway, and you hate to call any fighter on this UFC roster a specialist, but on one side, you have a definite striker taking on a true 5-tool player.
And you see a guy in the striker who knows exactly who he is. He knows where the fight needs to be. He knows what he has to do in order to be successful. Let's see if he can keep his opponent off of him. Nice punch there.
Well, perhaps a sign of things to come as he lands a kick there.
Nice kick landed by the killer.
Nice defense there, huge block.
Over and over, he landed these big body kicks.
Lands a knee there, nice deception there to get that knee to the target.
Really good knee. Nice job of driving it right to the target, getting it to land exactly where you want it to. Big punch lands over the top. How's he gonna follow this one?
Timing his shots pretty well here early, DC.
He's doing a great job of mixing things up, keeping busy, being very active.
And they separate. check that kick as well.
Dig and kick.
Back and forth we go.
Beautiful head kick.
Nice connection with a punch there. It's hard to recall a time in the past that his boxing looked this sharp.
He's never looked this good.
Unable to connect there.
Very tricky when he throws that body kick. Ooh, head kick lands, he's hurt.
Nice knee to the body there by Lee.
Nice kick.
Oh, huge kick.
Big punch lands.
Well, nice job there to use his opponent's offense against him as he lands the counter hook. Nice strike there by Lee.
You gotta check these low leg kicks. Look at him working at trying to shut the liver down. Big, powerful punch lands. Now he gets back to range. That right hand hurt him a little bit.
All right, so a nice job there defensively to raise the guard and prevent any damage.
Those hands never leave where they're supposed to be. And if you do that, most times you will block the shot that's incoming. Look at the commitment to kicking in this fight. Great punch landed with so much power.
Oh, he lands another strike to the body, really starting to connect on a lot of shots to the midsection, and these will take their toll as this fight goes into the latter rounds. Shot is blocked there by Lee.
Keep your hands up. Use your footwork now. It's okay. Use your footwork.
Single collar tie now.
Another punch to the head. He's really turning every part of himself into those strikes to the head.
Oh, man. I think you jumped out of your seat a little bit after that kick.
Oh, I did, because I have times where I've been kicked like that. And I'm going to tell you one thing. It does not feel good.
Oh, massive head kick there. We'll see if he can finish. Oh! Just missed on the front kick there. Seconds. Lee's head kick is blocked. No damage there. Straight right hand, no good. Oh, an educated jab there. I can watch this dude jab all day.
I mean, he's so light on his feet, and when he pops that jab, it comes right back to his face.
All right, well, his kicking game was outstanding in that round. We'll see if his opponent can make the adjustments, but take us through the replays before we get there.
It's always weird to watch a young fighter start to come into his own. Early in his career, he did not have this ability. He did not have the ability to dictate and control fights with his legs. Now he does, and he looks like a future champion in the making.
He's still wobbling. This round, I want you to put the pressure on. Get right in his face.
You ready? You ready? Let's go, fight.
Oh, and he caught the kick.
Big punch lands through the middle.
Strong defense here as the hook to the head is blocked.
Look at him whip his hip into that kick.
Tried to set up the straight left, but he missed. Well, he's been pretty accurate tonight. He's landed some significant strikes, but his corner's looking for him to mix it up a little bit more and just throw more volume.
Because they don't see too much of a threat. This guy has to have confidence in knowing that when he extends his combinations, he's still safe but he's also going to be able to land. He's got to be finding that confidence in his mind that all the reps in the training room are going to pay off.
Oh, big knee to the body. How'd he get that one home?
Good right hand.
Back and forth we go.
He loaded up there on that high kick.
Oh! Blocks the shot.
Look at how he turns his hip into that leg kick.
Oh, continuing to work the body to great effect.
Nice, sneaky head kick. Oh, that's a nice strike.
Whiffs on the right hand.
Hands higher, hands higher.
Punch coming, it's blocked. 3 minutes remain in the round.
Beautiful kick.
And they separate. And he lands a punch there. Pretty good connection by him.
Great connection. He's in a great flow right now. Oh, nice jab.
Well, he has really picked up the pace here in round 2. Much more aggressive than we saw in round 1, and now starting to find himself in the pocket. Oh, wicked nice leg kick there, DC.
Can't take too many of those.
Lands with the kick there. No pad on that foot.
No shin guard. He's taking all of that kick every time he throws it.
And he comes through with a big knee. Vicious combo there. Oh, big left hook there. Continues to mix it up, going to the head, mixing in some body shots. Oh, and he connects there. His hands look good. Where as he lands, and maybe time to get the bonus checks ready.
I mean, this fight is about done. He's got him hurt very bad with his head kick. Now he has to find one more strike to end the night.
Lee gets caught by that straight punch. His defense has abandoned him tonight. And he's looking for that left hand, just missed.
You don't know when that leg kick's coming.
And he landed the right hand there.
Ooh, big shot lands.
Well, DC, headgear's not allowed, but he has raised the hands, and he's doing a nice job protecting the dome.
He's doing a great job of blocking his head. A lot of times, those shots to the head will knock you out. Not this time. This guy's making sure nothing lands. Look at him whip his hip into that kick.
Trying to establish that jab once again.
Liver kick, if you take those kicks, it's gonna shut your body off.
All right, he'll engage in a single collar tie.
Oh, nice knee.
Big knee. Oh, straight right. 30 seconds to go here. Some fighters don't check a lot of leg kicks. That one was checked. 15 seconds remain in the round. Lee going for the head kick. He misses it. Kick home, and now his opponent in a world of trouble.
Such a sneaky head kick. He did not recognize it coming high. Now he got hurt bad.
And what a round! All right, well, that's the end of the round, so the location is okay, the cut on the cheek, but that is some serious blood trickling out of that cut there. You got to think maybe at some point they call the doctor in, and if he doesn't like what he sees, maybe they stop this fight. All right, there's the end of the round, so it was a huge strike to the head that stunned his opponent and nearly got him out of there.
Yeah, that was a big moment. A big strike lands, his opponent's on wobbly legs. That is exactly what you want to see as you're walking back to your stool. Your opponent staggering back to his corner, and being hopeful that he can get it back together before the start of the next round. Good punch lands.
Went for the inside leg kick. Well, most fighters can't keep up this type of aggression and pace, but you don't have to worry about this guy. He hasn't really showed any signs of slowing down tonight. Oh, and now he lands the knee. I'm not sure his opponent saw that coming.
Didn't see it coming because he does such a great job of just throwing it. He doesn't have any tell when he's going to throw a knee.
Well, it's one thing to have length, it's another thing to use it, and he does it as well as anyone. Nice kick there by Lee. Back to the body shots now, that one blocked. Just out of the range with that right hand.
Oh!
And a knee.
Look at him chopping the wood. Chop the wood with those leg kicks.
Lee gets caught with that punch. Not the easiest guy in the world to hit, but he got caught there. Uppercut lands for him. Ooh, blocks the shot. Circling to his right. Oh, a little single collar tie there. Oh, nice connection there with a punch, DC.
Great time to land that punch.
Just over 3 minutes to go in round 3.
Look at how he turns his hip over when he throws that kick.
They continue to exchange. Oh, here's a kick to the body. Blocked, though, by Lee. Starting to do some really significant damage to the body here. Another strike lands there.
He's throwing every part of himself into these big leg kicks.
Oh, and he connects with a punch there, DC. You like this guy.
I like this guy a ton, and to watch his punch like this puts a smile on my face.
Shot there, DC, and one more of those, he might be out.
I mean, the fight is going to be over. I can't believe he's still standing. That shot landed perfect. Big kick land.
Oh! Pretty simple. To the left side. Right hand upstairs. Well, not sure if he's lighter on his feet or what it is, but these last couple of rounds, he's been far more aggressive, a lot more pressure. Oh, he's really starting to light him up now. Big knee there to the chest.
Look at the turnover in that kick. Game of inches right there.
I'm not sure his opponent knows where he is.
No, he is on Beach Street right now. He's seeing Tweety birds over the top of his head. When you take a hook like that, you are on wobbly legs.
Whoa!
Dude's hurt. Serve him up. Go get him. What a fight!
Holding on to him here, not really doing too much, perhaps just looking to recover. Oh, straight right. All right, he engages in a single collar tie here. And there comes the separation now. Oh, he got that inside leg kick to the target there, DC. You don't want to eat too many of those.
No, you can't. It starts to beat up the inside thigh. That is a technique you use to really slow down your opponent. Oh, he's hurt bad. He's hurt bad, John. He's got to press him. He's got to go chase that finish down.
Oh! Throwing that jab now again. The fighter evades. Punches blocked. 20 seconds left.
Oh, man, head kick lands. What a punch.
Final seconds of round 3.
Way to hide that leg kick.
And that'll do it. 15 minutes in the books. Oh, the round is over and blood is just fauceting out of this cheek. That cheek has gotten out of control. Cutman can only do so much, and given the fact that that cut continues to be attacked by the opponent, if this thing gets any worse, they're gonna stop this fight. All right, so there's the end of the round, and the tide has officially turned. A huge head strike to stun his opponent. We'll see which corner can adjust here moving forward.
I mean, they've got to be celebrating. They've got to be happy. Everything's working. But the other side has to be concerned. They have to figure something out, make some sort of adjustment to try to change the tide of this fight.
All right, so next round underway here, and you gotta admire the stamina that both of these guys still exuded towards the end of that round. Both men put a particular focus on their cardiovascular commitment in this training camp, and it's clearly paid dividends here tonight. We have two legitimately fresh fighters here as we hit this next round. Punches in bunches, and he hasn't really shown any signs of slowing down here tonight. I'm not sure how much more his opponent can take. Just misses there with the left. Man, he is so sound defensively. Nice job to raise the guard there.
It's the relaxation that allows him to see things coming and block most of the strikes that are coming at him. Came of inches right there, boy. Wow. It was good night if that landed.
Lee gets caught with that punch. That one appeared to stun him.
He's in trouble. He's hurt bad.
That was a jab.
A swing and a miss by Lee. Oh, cash money with that left-hand counter. Oh, and he lands another punch there, and you can tell at this point, he is going right at that cut on his opponent's eye.
Right at the cut on the eye, just making sure he knows that I'm going to be targeting him. Keep your hands up, and when the hands go up, he will then change the target down low, trying to find finishes. Oh! You don't really stand after you take a head kick like this. That is such toughness to even be on his feet right now.
Oh, knee strike right to the body. Lee gets caught with that punch.
Yes, you heard him in the last round. Same exact one.
Unable to connect with the right hand there.
He has a commitment to kicking tonight, and it shows.
Kick to the body by Lee.
I mean, he's cutting them down the sides with these beautiful leg kicks.
Just over 2 minutes now to go. Throws the right hand there. Big shots being landed on both sides here. Much improved defensively as he blocks the shot. Looking to land the leg kick now.
Straight punch lands. Massive knee lands from the side punch.
Connects with a right. Back to the left hand now, unable to connect.
Nice punch lands over the top.
Ooh, looking to go to the leg kick here, just out of range. Oh!
He needs to start looking to finish now because he's got his opponent hurt very bad.
Oh, good job defensively there to block the strike. And right there, his opponent's wobble check.
He's hurting bad. This dude needs to grab. He needs to wrestle. He has to do something. He cannot take another shot like that.
Oh, he just missed on that overhand left. 30 seconds remain in the round. Whoa!
What a fantastic strike to throw at the exact right moment. He deserves this moment. Go finish his fight.
Finishes the fight thus far. How's his opponent still
I
standing?
mean, I have no idea. This fight is supposed to be over. It might not be over now. It's going to be over very soon.
What a fight so far. All right, the round is over. Cut check time for him now. You see the cut on his cheek has gotten really, really bad. And even though it's not affecting his vision, if it gets any worse, the doctor will be called in. And I can assure you, he's going to have no choice but to stop this fight. Well, he had a lot more than a puncher's chance coming in. Big knockdown for him in the previous round. DC, talk us through the highlight.
He got in his opponent's face, landed that big punch that put his opponent flat on his back. He couldn't get the finish, but if he lands one more time just like that, he will get the victory.
Here we go, fifth and final round.
Oh, big punch land. Serve him up. Go get him.
Oh, man, hate to be hit with one of those knees to the body.
He ate that kick. He took that whole kick, yep.
Lee's inner thigh starting to bruise up pretty good now.
Nice punch lands.
Again, he's looking for that left. It's not there.
Liver kick.
Oh, that's a good right hand.
Big kick.
All right, he engages in the single collar tie. Oh, hard work pays off. Lands the Superman punch flush.
Nice stupid punch.
And both guys really... Whoa!
Oh, he's hurt bad. He's hurt bad, John. He's got to press him. He's got to go chase that finish down now.
Just misses with the right. Oh!
He's in trouble. He's hurt bad.
Oh, he might be out. Big elbow there, lands. Under 3 minutes remain in round 5. And now he's got the tie clinch. Oh! And just like that, the fight is over.
He got him!
Yeah, that right there is a high-level knockout, ladies and gentlemen. Crowd absolutely loving it. Just a perfect shot to end the fight. Landed flush. I'm not even sure his opponent saw it coming. So a huge, huge win for that young fighter here tonight. Oh, we'll take a look back at the highlights. You know we're going to find that nasty head kick somewhere in this highlight rip. Just an incredible result for him here tonight.
A very nice head kick to finish the fight, but don't ignore all the work he did with his hands and give credit to the opponent. The opponent was in there every step of the way, and in order to get a fight of the night like he got tonight, both guys have to be willing to participate.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Dan Bergliata has called a stop to this contest at 2 minutes, 18 seconds of round number 5. Declaring the winner by knockout, Bruce the Dragon Lee!
Well, there will be no shutting that smile off tonight. The celebration is on as he gets a huge win by knockout tonight. I got to think there are a few better feelings in the world than walking into an octagon and candidly knocking another man out.
Yeah, you shut a person's lights off, man. There's nothing like it. Now, I understand a lot of times we hope for the knockout, but he was never hopeful.